Yeah, I already saw the Street Fighter trailer. You hear about the recent mysterious patterns of death and disappearance of 10 UFO researchers? It's 11 now, isn't it? But yeah, I saw. Here, here's a list. Who are the missing or dead scientists with connections to government research? Stephen Garcia, 48 years old, last seen leaving his home in Albuquerque on August 2025. He was on foot carrying a handgun, with police reportedly warning he may have been a danger to himself. He worked as a property custodian at Kansas City National Security Campus, which manufactures non-nuclear components for nuclear weapons. He had top security clearance at the facility, which would allow him wide access. Frank Mawald, researcher with NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, died July 4th, 2024 at 61. Frank managed the development of the SBG Visweir instrument and had previously overseen successful delivery of 2 instruments for the AMRC program. No public cause of death has been provided. Carl Grillmare was shot to death on his front porch. He was an astrophysicist at Caltech who collaborated with NASA and found water around exoplanets. He was known for his work on collisions of galaxies and his search for water outside our solar system. There was no clear motive for his death. Detectives arrested Freddie Snyder later that day for carjacking, connecting him to Grillmare's death. Although detectives believed the two men didn't know each other, Snyder had been arrested in December for trespassing on his property while carrying a rifle. Michael David Hicks died July 30th, 2023. Physicist with JPL, specialized in comets and asteroids. Worked on major space missions, including DART. His passion for science was coupled with a deep appreciation of art, pursued projects in visual media, woodblock prints to oil painting to metalwork. Cause of death not disclosed. Disappeared February 26, 26, leaving his New Mexico home. Rumors about his connections to alleged UFO programs sparked questions about his missing case and probable connections. During his tenure in the Air Force, he oversaw classified space weapons programs, head of research at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Monica Riza, another JPL employee, disappeared June 22nd while on a hike. Melissa Cassius disappeared from her home June 26, 2025. An administrative assistant at Los Alamos National Laboratory forgot her work badge, decided to work from home that day, took her daughter to lunch, disappeared. Anthony Chavez, an employee at Los Alamos, a former employee at Los Alamos, disappeared May 4th, last seen leaving his home on foot. He hiked trails, distributed flyers to businesses, reviewed hours of surveillance footage, diligently followed up on every tip. Nuclear physicist Nuno. This one I think most people know. This one was a very big story because this one happened pretty recently and was national headlines because of the work he was doing. But he was shot to death from a fucking madman. Jason Thomas disappeared December 12th. Wife reported missing when he didn't return home. Body was recovered in Massachusetts Lake, March 2026. That's all of them so far. And the list just keeps growing every week. Scary stuff. How many scientists are linked to the government? Some of these deaths are pretty spread out. Unless there's like a couple hundred of these guys, it doesn't seem too odd. I don't know. But I still think it seems odd regardless because it's all in a relatively short period of time. Yeah, of course I'll be doing Pragmata. Hey, Deep, good to see you. Gotta go to Los Alamos in person to see the lab. Probably not. I don't see myself making a trip out there for it. Here, Paramount not paying artists for commission work due to the leak. I did not see that. I don't think that's confirmed though because they haven't made a statement or anything. So it could just be people making shit up, but I could definitely see Paramount doing it, but I would be kind of surprised. Because the work was already done. Leak or not, wouldn't matter. Apparently, the guy who leaked Avatar said he didn't think it was that big of a deal since they weren't going to put it in theaters. That's a pretty cool strategy, I guess. Yeah, they spent millions of dollars on this shit, but they're not putting it in theaters. I didn't think they'd actually care. Imagine that works. Leaving money on the table, but still coming to paid streaming. Yeah, fucking silly not to put it in theaters, though. Well, actually take it out of theaters, from what I read. That was a dog shit call, which, that's Paramount's MO. To be fair, I don't know anyone getting a Paramount account for this movie. Not yet. But after the big deal goes through, you bet your sweet bippy people will. God damn, so many subscriptions. Yep, that's the streaming age. Apparently, over 1,000 people in the industry are saying that if the deal goes through, they won't do any more work with them. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure Hollywood actors, known for their tough sticking to convictions. The spineless Hollywood elites will surely not work with the biggest player in the streaming space after that deal. I bet. Yeah, I really bet. No, it's true. They signed a petition, so that means it's totally legit. That's true. If they signed the petition, then they mean business. That's fair. I didn't know it was a petition. I didn't know we were dealing with the highest level, the ultimate commitment. What else can they do to oppose stuff from like this? What else can they do to oppose stuff from this? Oppose stuff like this from happening? I have no idea. It's just I know they're not going to actually turn down work with the checks that Paramount's going to be cutting. I have no clue what they can do, but I know what they won't do. That. Netflix is going to buy Paramount in like 5 years and own it all? No, it's not. Netflix lost the bid. Paramount gets the deal. Netflix is not ever going to be in a position to buy Paramount. That's not happening. We know who the real savior will be. Tubi, my goat. Hey, WTubi, yeah. I don't think Tubi's going to stay that good for much longer, but yeah, it is great. Tubi's adding more Cartoon Network shows on May 1st, like Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. Ooh, that's hype. That's very hype. Yeah, I saw the Deku VA dubbed Saikuno's apology. That shit was pretty cool. Even ratioed it too. Well, I bet. Have you seen people speedrunning the Scientology HQ? I have. Don't know why they're messing with them. They're scary. Don't they have a whole town in Florida they control? You're talking about Clearwater. Kind of. I'm starting to think maybe Scientologists aren't as scary as people led me to believe for like the first 30 years of my life. Because you got the TikTokers now just running in there causing a commotion. They're not getting fucking killed or anything. They're not getting sued into oblivion. Maybe the Scientologists just don't have that kind of motion anymore. Or maybe they never really did to begin with. Maybe Zeno didn't bless them with that power. They stalked the South Park creators for like a year. Well, they're not doing that to any of the TikTokers that are making a mockery of them. So I just don't think they've got that dog in them anymore. They're letting Hulkmania run wild in the Scientology hubs.